Hello everyone. So today we are going to see how we can draw this particular figure from in AutoCAD. So I have taken this figure from the book Engineering Drawing by ND Bhatt. So you can also refer to this book as well. So you can get all the commands step by step. So as you can see in this particular figure, uh, the whole width of the figure is 90 units, and if you see the height of the figure is 35 up to the center of this particular circle, and you have to add another 20 units to get the top. How I can say it? Because you can see here 520. 520 means the inner circle has a diameter of 20 units and the outer circle has a diameter of 40 units. So that means if the diameter is 40 unit, that means from the center to the peak the height is half of 40, that is means 20. So that means from the bottom line the top point is at a distance of 35 plus 20, which is 55 units. So the total area that will be required for to drawing this particular figure will be 90 units in the x direction and 55 units in the y direction. So I will, you have understand it. So now we are going to draw it. So we are going to explore some new commands. So we will go to the our AutoCAD. So I'm using a different software, CAD, but the interface is same. So you can just follow the same process that I am following now. So as I have already told you in the class, first of all, while going for any drawing, you always need to set the limits, units, uh, and the space setup you have to do, and you have to zoom it properly. Okay, so that is why we are going to put the units first. Say units. I will type UNITS units and press enter. Now I will put decimal, and then the precision I will put 0, and unit in or to scale insertion content, here it is millimeters, so keep it millimeter. Okay, then we will put limits, so I will type LIMITS, limits, as you can see here, limits. Okay, press enter. Now it will ask me the lower left corner, so I will type the lower left corner 0 comma 0, and I have to specify the upper right corner. Now I have to think the drawing that I am going to draw has a size of 90 units by 55 units. That means the shape of my figure or the shape of my page should be slightly more than that. So let's just take a page or a size of say 120 by 120 units. Okay, so that is why I am going to type 120 comma 120, and then I will press enter. So please look for the command bar that I have here. Um, so be careful in the video. Just look at the command lines. What are the commands that I'm typing? Okay. So you have to do exactly like it. Then I will type zoom, 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 and I will press enter, and I will type A and I will press enter. Okay. Now my window has been set up uh, for a size of 120 units by 120 units, and this is my origin. Okay, so let's first draw the rectangle of 120 unit by 120 unit so that I can see it what is my base size. Okay, so let's draw the rectangle. So I have already discussed in the class about the absolute coordinate and the relative coordinate. So as I want to draw the rectangle, I will type the command REC, rectangle REC, then I will press enter, and after that I will put comma coordinate, the first coordinate, lower left corner coordinate. So that will be 0 comma 0. That means I want to start it from this 0 comma 0 coordinate. That is the absolute one, right? Then I will put enter. Then you can see I can extend it with my mouse, but I will put my relative coordinate now. So the relative to 0 0, my other point at a distance of 120 comma 120. So as I am using relative coordinate, I will type at the rate 120 comma 120, and then I will press enter. Now if I zoom it, if I type zoom ZOOM enter, and I type A enter, I can see the rectangle, right? So this is my page where I'm going to draw my drawing. Okay, so let's start. First of all, as you can see in the drawing, the as I already discussed, the drawing size is 90 unit by 55 unit. So first of all, let's draw one rectangle of that size, 90 by 55 units. So I will type rectangle REC, and I will press enter, and then I will move my mouse inside the uh, page or the this bigger rectangle, and I will click at a suitable location. Suppose from here I want to start to draw my rectangle, so I will just click it here, single click. Then I can just move my mouse. Okay, now I would put the coordinate of the other point of the rectangle. So I will type relatively, so I will put at the rate my horizontal direction or x direction, the size of the block is 90 unit, and the height of the unit block is 55 units. So I will type at the rate 90 comma 55, then I will press enter. Now this is my rectangle of size 90 units by 55 units. Okay, in the horizontal direction it is 90 units, and in the vertical direction it is 55 units. Okay, now before going for the drawing, let me discuss another option that is available, that is how to draw the dimension lines. Okay, so to draw dimension lines, you can see in the above in the ribbons here, one option is there, dimensions. Okay, here there is a linear dimension is there. So if you click on the linear dimension, you can activate the linear dimension, and if you suppose I click it here and click on the other point, and if I pull it, then I can see the unit 55 unit. Okay, so this height is 55 unit. So to draw the dimension line, I would type a command. For linear dimension line, I will type a command DIMLINEAR, DIMLINEAR, linear, DIMLINEAR. Okay, so I will just type it here in the command dim linear, LINEAR, dim linear. So it will activate the linear dimension line command. Okay, linear means it can draw, or you can draw the dimension line in the either in the horizontal direction or vertical direction. So it's called, that is why it's called dim linear. Okay, dim linear. So I will just select the first point and the bottom point, and I will just move my mouse, and wherever I want to have the dimension I will just click. Okay, let me repeat it again. I will type dim linear, DIMLINEAR, enter. Then I will move my mouse. I will select the first point, first click. Then I will select the second point. This is the second click, and I will move down, and I will move to a location where I want to put my dimension line. I will click for the third time. Okay, so I think there is some mistake to it. Probably I have not selected the edge of the corner of the rectangle. So you can see here it is 90, this is 55. Okay, so there is also another command which is called Dimstyle. Okay, now if you want to change the, say, the nature of this dimension line, suppose you want to increase the text size, or if you want to have different say extension lines, if you want to change the extension lines, then you can do it by the command dimension style. Okay, for that the command is DIMSTYLE, dim style. Okay, let me copy it and show it to you here. Dim style. Okay, so I will put dim style and then press enter. Now this window will come up. Here you can modify, so you can go to modify and you can have different options. Suppose I do not want the arrowheads. Okay, then you can change the arrowhead here. Okay, now and also you want to change the size of the arrowhead, then you can change it. Suppose I want to change it to 3. Say in the text you want to increase the text height, then suppose I want to increase it to height 3. Okay, 3 units. Okay, so you can change it. Also say lines, suppose from the point where it is selected, the line extension lines, you don't want to start it exactly from the, suppose, the point. Okay, suppose I want to start the extension line slightly away from the object. So what I can do, uh, you can click here fixed length extension lines. Okay, and you can give dimension lines, length, origin, different options, extend beyond tick mark, so it is 0. So let's me give it 1 here. I will put OK now, and then I will put close. Okay, now you can see your dimension text has increased, then your arrow, the lines, the extension lines has reduced. So like this you can change different options. Okay, so that is a shortcut for dimension style, which is capital D. If you type small capital D only, then also you can activate the dimension style command. It is very important. Now here you can see I have drawn rectangle, but I want to draw this, right? Now let's just see. Let's draw some say grid lines to draw this. So first I can see that is one line is there, one vertical line and one horizontal line which is going through the center, and I can see that this vertical line is at the center of 90, that is 45 units, right, and this horizontal line is at a distance 35 units from the bottom. Okay, so for this I can use a command called offset command. Okay, so before going for offset command I have to explode the rectangle. Explode means suppose I click on the rectangle, the whole rectangle got selected, but I want the rectangle to break at with individual lines. That means I want to break this rectangle into 4 lines. Okay, so for that the explode command will act. So in the command line I will type explode, 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 and I'll press enter. Then I will select the rectangle, and I will, once I select it, you can see how the lines has changed. From the solid line it has changed to dotted. Okay, and then I will press enter. Now if I click, see, only one line got selected. Okay, now as I have selected only the lines, now what you can do the offset. Okay. First offset I want to draw at a distance 45 units from this point. From left corner, I want to draw another line which is at the offset of 45 units. Okay, let's see. That means the distance from this line to this line is 45 units. This distance is 45 units. Now let's type offset, O double F S C T, offset. Press enter. Now here they are asking offset enter for distance. Okay, so how much distance you want to have the offset? So I want to type 45 units. Okay, so you will type 45 and then you will press enter. Okay, now you can see my cursor has changed to a square. Now I will select the line. First click, one click I will do on the line. So I will click it, then the line got selected. Okay, now what you do, you move your mouse to the right or to the left, wherever you want to draw the line at a distance of 45 units. So I want to draw to the right, right? So I will move my mouse to the right and I will just click single. So once I do a one click, so one line is got drawn. Okay. Now again, suppose I want, if I click on this line again, and if I move to the left and I click, then I can draw another line on the other side. Okay, like this the offset works. Again, if I select this one, if I go to the left, I click, then again I can draw another line. Okay, so this is the function of offset. So I'll delete this two line. Okay, so I have drawn one offset, vertical offset at a 45 unit distance, and I have another offset, another line I want to draw, which is at a distance of 35 units, right? So let's draw another offset. So I type offset, O double F S E T. Now my distance is 35 units. I will type 35 and press enter. I will select the bottom line. I will move up and I will click. Okay, and then press escape. So whenever you want to deactivate any command, you have to press escape. Now I can see the two lines. Okay, now let's see what next I can draw. Now once I have the two lines, now I can easily draw my circles, right? So for circles, you can type the command circle. Type CIRCLE, circle. So type in the command line CIRCLE, circle. Now for circle, you have to first specify the center of the circle. Okay. So click at this point because this is the center of my circle. So I'll click here and then it will ask for radius. Okay. So what is the radius you want to draw? Now if you see the drawing, the inner circle has a diameter of 20. So the radius will be how much? 10. So I have to type 10 here. So I have to type 10 and then press enter. Once you put enter, you can see the circle. Okay. So similarly, again I have to draw another circle which is at a distance or which has a radius of 20 units or diameter of 40 units, right? So again I will type circle, CIRCLE. The shortcut is I think CO. Let me see. C. Oh, sorry. Shortcut is only C. If you type C and press enter, the circle will get activated. Again I will go there. I will put the center. I will click at the center. Your snap should be on. You will click on the center and you will type the radius. So what is the radius? 20. So you will type 20 and press enter. You can see the two circles have been drawn. So what are the commands that we have learned? We have learned about the dimension, dim linear, dim style, then offset, explode. Then we have learned about the circle. Okay. Now let's see about the other parts. Okay. Now I can see there is another line here. This is another line, right? And I have another line over here. Two lines I can see, right? This is one line and this is another line. So I can draw two offset, right, from the bottom line. So this line is at a distance of 8 units. You can see this height is 8 units, and this line is at a height of 20 units. This line you can see here 20 units. Okay, so let's draw two lines at a height of 8 units and 20 units. Let's do that. Let's draw an offset. You type offset for uh, for for shortcut. You can just type O and press enter. Offset will get activated. So now my offset distance is 8. So I will type 8 and I will press enter. I will select the bottom line. I will go up and click here. Okay, 8 unit is done. Again I will put escape. Again I type O. Again I type enter. Then I will this time I will type 20 because this second line is at a distance 20 units, right? So I will type 20 and then I will press enter. Then I will select the bottom line. I will move up. I will click. So I get the 20 line. Okay. So I'm having a outer skeleton. Later on I will going to delete whatever part is not necessary. Now I'm just drawing the outer skeleton. Okay. Now let's again see the drawing. I have a vertical line, right? One vertical line here, one vertical line here. So this vertical line is at a distance 25 units from this left line. Again, this line is at a distance 25 unit from this right line, right? So this line is at a 25 unit distance from this particular line, and this particular line here, if I imagine a line over here, this line is at a distance 25 units from this line. Okay, now let's do that. Let's draw offset. Type O, type 25, enter, select this line, go to the right and click. I got one line, right? Now I will select this line, go to the left, click, I get this another line. Then I will put escape. Now more or less the figure is coming live to us, right? Now I have to delete the unnecessary parts. Okay, now you can see here I want to delete this particular part, I want to delete this particular part, I want to delete this particular part, so that whatever I have the actual drawing, that drawing I can have. So for that you have to use a command called trim command. Okay, so for trim command you can do it. Trim means suppose I have one line, I want to delete this extended part. Okay, this extended part I want to delete with respect to this line, so that then we will use trim. So let's do that. Type trim, 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 enter. First of all you have to select that line about which you want to trim the other line. Okay, so I will select this line and this line, suppose. Okay, and say okay, let's select this line and say this line. Okay, I have selected these lines. Okay, now about these lines, whatever I will select, those will get trimmed. Okay, so now I have selected it. Then what I will do, I will press enter. Once you type only one enter you will press. After that, wherever you click, suppose I click it here, what should happen? If I click it here, this line, this horizontal line should get trimmed about this line. Okay, so I'll click here. See, it got trimmed. If I click here, what should happen? This line should get trimmed about this line. Okay, so I'll click here. See, it got trimmed. Okay, but this line should be there, right? I should not trimmed it. Oh, it should be there. So it's wrong. So what I should do, I would put escape. I will press Control Z, undo. I will undo it. Control Z. Let's redo again. Type trim, trim, trim. Then I want, suppose this line and this line, the in between part I want to delete. So what I will do, I will click this line. I will click this line, press enter. and I will click the in between here and here. You can see that gone, right? Press escape, it's gone. So that is another easier way of doing it, is that you can trim all. If you do trim and then press all, then what will happen, that this selection, you can ignore the selection. Okay, so it makes this, sometimes it's easier to do it, or but sometimes it's not. You have to select the line, then press enter, then you have to select any particular part which should get trimmed about the selected line. Okay, so let's see how I can do trim all. Okay, so I will type trim, trim, and I'll press A. Okay, I'll press A, and or I can simply again press A, enter. Okay, again I should press enter. So if I do it, what will happen? Whatever there is an intersection, then whatever I select, that will get trimmed. Suppose if I select this one, then it will get trimmed about this line. Okay, let's see. Say I select here, so it should get trimmed about this line. Okay, I'll click here. It get trimmed, 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 it will trimmed, trimmed, it will trimmed here, trimmed here, then trim here, trim here, trim here, trim here. Then also if I see the PDF drawing, there no part is present, so I will trim at this location and at this location. Okay, I'll press escape. Now whatever remaining part, actually what happens, trim only happens there when there is extension. Okay, if there is no extension, no trim. So this line is no extension, so I will just select this line. I will type E, erase, enter. I'll select this line, type E, enter. I'll get this will get erased. Now my drawing is somewhat similar to what we are intended to draw, but there are some things here. You can see this is a curve here of radius 5, radius 5, here radius 2.5. These are called fillets. Okay, so let's see how I can do fillet. Okay, so for that you type fillet, F-I, the F-I-double-L-E-T, fillet. Okay, let's type fillet here, F-I-double-L-E-T, fillet. Okay, so I type fillet and press enter. Then it will ask for the radius. You have to type R. Okay, you have to type R, and again you have to press enter. Radius. Okay, so radius is here. For this, radius is 5. Radius is 5, right? So I will type 5 here. Radius is 5. Okay, then press enter. Now you can select the line. Suppose if I select this line and this line, suppose this line, and I select this line, the joint got filleted. Okay, let's repeat this. I type fillet, F-I-double-L-E-T, fillet, press enter, type R, press enter, type radius, which is 5, enter, select the line and select the line. You can see this. Okay, so whenever you want to repeat any particular command, you can just press the space bar and your previous command will get activated. Okay, so I will press space bar and I will just select this two line. I will press space bar and again I will select this two line. Okay, let's see this. It's okay. Yes, it is okay. But now here the fillet is 2.5. So now if I put space bar, then the original R that we have set is 5. Now I have to change it to 2.5. So I have to type fillet again. F-I-double-L fillet, F-I-double-L-E-T, fillet. Press enter. We will put R. We will put 2.5. Enter. Select the two lines, enter. Again we put spacebar or enter, select the two line, your fillet will be drawn. So your drawing is same as what we are intended to draw, right? Now I can have all the other dimensions, right? I can write dim linear, press enter. I can select this point and this point, which is 25 units. I will press space bar. I'll select this point and this point, 40 units. From here to here, this is 25 units. From here to here, this is 20 units. From here to here, this is 15 units, right? I want to shift it a bit. Okay, okay. So I have this drawing. As I showed you initially in the dimension tab, you can get in the file menu bar. In the menu bar, you can see dimensions. From there also you can select. Say for circle, we have to show the radius, right? So for that, you can see radius here, radius or diameter. You can see it. So you will get it in AutoCAD as well. So suppose for a diameter, I will click on the diameter. I will select the circle. I will move it and place it wherever I want. I will press space bar, select the small circle, put it. Okay. Suppose the radius is small fillet radiuses I want to put. I will go to dimensions. I will go to radius. I will select the curve. See, just radius 5. Space bar. So that repeat the previous command. R is 5. Here space bar, previous command, and select 2.5. Right. Space bar. Repeat the previous command. Click on the line and I can just select 5. Okay, so you can see my drawing is complete.